Hello and welcome to another cooker extraordinaire with me. It's Nichos Dad. I've let my hair grow a bit. And on today's show, we'll be mostly making a pizza. So first, I'll do the pizza base because you've got to knead it and put yeast with it so it rises. Right, Scott. Euros, didn't you, mate? Right, Scott. Right, so, welcome. I am all ready. Just need to take my ring off because that's not going to do very well. Don't worry, me. Right. I see, there's me as well, by the way. Anyway, I'm Nichos Dad. Anyways, right, let's start this. So, first things first, we've got our stirring apparatus and our measuring. So we've got that set on grams. So firstly, we want 650 grams of strong flour. So we bang that in there. 200, 300, measuring trace, I'm measuring. 400, 500, 603, right, typical, I put too much in. So that's going to my dishes here. Take a little bit out, 670. Not a problem, is it? Not a problem, is it? Not a problem. Oh, there we are. Okay. So, we've got 650 grams of flour. Next, we have our yeast, because we want it to rise, don't we, Scott? So, get into here, get our skizzers, slice that open. Anyone think I'm mad? Right. Then we've got our 7 grams of yeast, and we want to pop that in there because that's already measured out. Right, so we've got our yeast. Right, then we want a tablespoon, which is one like here. Right, and we want about 2 tablespoons of salt. Here, 1, 2. So there's our salt. All mixed up. We've got all our measurements in there set up. So we've got our flour, we've got our yeast, we've got our salt. Then you want some olive oil, to which I've got in here, I think. Right, so our olive oil. Now we want about 25 millilitres of that. So I've got my milk, to which I needed exactly 2 fluid ounces. Right, so that's nice and warm. You've got to have it warm, you know. So I've got my milk, so I'm going to put my oil over there. Now you want about 25 millilitres, which is exactly 2 fluid ounces. So I shall put that in so that it goes up to 4. Okay, with my milk. Right, that's 4 fluid ounces. Put that back because I'm really tidy. Java. Right, Scott. Oh, sorry, I put a bit of weight on. This diet's not working for us, is it, mate? Hey. Oh, right. So, we have got our yeast and our flour. I'm going to just give that a bit of a rub through. Right. And then we're going to mix the flour, yeast and salt, which is all done, and stir in the oil and milk. So we'll just start to pour that in. gradually. It's not really going to go far with the amount of flour that you've got in here, but right. So in here. Okay. It's not really going to make a lot of notice with the amount of flour that you've got in there, but you've got it in there like that, right? And then you're going to get this, and you want 325 millilitres of warm water. So let me just check where that is. So you want about 325, which is about there, which is roughly just over 12 fluid ounces. So, well, no, sorry, just under. So I'll do warm water. Get this kind of warm. Works so much better when it's warm. Oh yeah. So yeah, get this in here, just nice and tepid. Warm water, you want 325, so there's 200, there's 350, so I want a bit less, 325, just a bit more like that, done. Right, so there you've got your warm water. So next, right, you want to start gradually adding the water. Okay. You just want to try and get as much of the mixture in with the water it's in. Okay, and try not to put it out at flipping dish before you've even got it in it. Right, so you're getting that all mixed in nicely. Right. Get it all the way around. Right. Starting to get rid of all loose flour now. Yeah. Right. Gradually mixing it in. Yeast will be starting to work because of the warmth of the milk and the water. So you want to get that all nicely stirred in, making sure that you've got all of the ingredients mixed. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Getting all the flour all mixed in. Right. Starting to turn elasticated, which is what we want. Right. Right. Put a bit of flour on my hand. Right. And I'm going to just start to knead it a little bit. Perfect. Very sticky. Get it all mixed in. Right. Oh yeah. You'll love kneading. extra flour in there so that I can actually get all that bloody stuff, because it's sticky as hell, you know. Right, a bit of flour on there, a bit on there. Get that out. Get as much of it out of the dish as possible. Yeah. Got it sticky until you get a bit of flour in there. Oh yeah. Pull and push. Right. Oh yeah. Just like put it in your hands. Oh, bloody come off, bloody doors, will it? Christ. So yeah, knead it. Get it all mixed up. Get my flour, I think. Perfect. What? Losing it all over the bloody place. Get all sticky, as much of it off onto your back onto your dough, so that you can manipulate it. Yeah. And you're starting to getting it into a pliable ball of dough. Getting it off your fingers. Right. And you want to do this for about 5 minutes or so. Just making sure it's all kneaded as much as possible. Put a little bit more salt, a bit more flour in there. Right, so yeah, perfect. Get it in there, get it as much of it out as possible. I don't know how you did it with long hair, Dad. Christ. I mean, I've let mine grow a bit since last cook. So, yeah, knead, push, pull, push, pull. You're basically getting it all nicely mixed and getting it kneaded, but what you're doing is you're putting air into it, and you're what we call starting the yeast process. Just about there. Yeah. Oh yeah. And as you can see, it's all coming off my hands now, so you don't worry about making a mess, because that's what it is. It's messy at start. Hence why Nico's not helping me with this one, because it'll be all over floor, ceiling and everywhere else. Got Nico. So yeah, pliable and getting all of that kneaded. And you do this for like 5 minutes or so. I usually do it a little bit more, because you're moulding it and you're squeezing it between your fingers. You like that, don't you, Scott? Yep. So yeah, that's basically kneading it all. Supposed to put it in a nice clean bowl, but what I'll do is I'll just put a nice bit of flour in there, and we'll transfer this into there, make sure it's not sticking, and there you are. Right, so next step, clean your hands of all the dough. It's perfect because it's sticky as hell. Get it all off your fingers. Perfect. Nice and clean. Okay. So, do re mi, do. Right. So, part one is done. You have to leave that now for a good half hour to let the yeast ferment and to let the process start. So I'm not going to bore you with stood here waiting. I'm going to come back for part two, in which I will start to manipulate the dough and get it ready for the pizza and the base done. Voila. Alright, so join me in part two if you can be bothered. Hello and welcome to part two, where I'll be mostly kneading and knocking the dough, whatever you call it. In layman's terms, I'll be kicking the hell out of it and making sure that the yeast is distributed evenly. I won't say anything that I want to say because I'll get in trouble. Hi, Scott. Right, mate. Right, so yeah, an hour and a half has passed since I made the mix. Now let's go over here to see how it's risen. Yeah. Right, okay. So, remove my tea towel, and there you have it. Duh. So what we're going to do, we're going to put a bit of flour around, like so. And we're going to get my dough. Right. Get it out of there. Get it onto dish, and we're going to kick the hell out of it. Get it all knocked back, because the main goal of what you're doing here is getting all of the air bubbles out. This is the important part. So yeah. Just imagining somebody. Oh, I would say. Just imagining someone. Right. So to knead. I ain't done this for a long time, but I know Scott does it a lot more than I do. But here we go. So you want to knead with that part of your hand, and what you're trying to do is to push and distribute the yeast evenly. So I want to do this for like a good 5 minutes. Oh yeah. Yeah. Right, you're right doing this, Scott. It's like being in flipping gym, innit? There. It's just not gym you like, is it? It's like, oh, sorry. Alright, mate. So yeah, you're getting your mix, you're getting your dough, and you're kicking the hell out of it. Because really, what you're trying to do is to get all that do-re-mi so flipping air pockets out, and you want to get the yeast all evenly spread. Because you're going to get this done, and you're going to give it a good half an hour to an hour. To mix. Yeah. And it's nice and elastic, like it should be. So yeah. Oh, Mother, you did take nice of you remembering that pizza I made at school, Mum. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. That was enough to feed you for 15 years, that pizza base. Christ. I think it went out, cooked it. I think that got enough use in it because it blooming rose for about 15 years. It rose really big. And it's got, when you start, yeah. See. I get in trouble from Scott, so I'm not going to say any more. Good guy, Scott. Nice guy. Nice guy he is. So, get all that kneaded. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good to go. I'll just give it a bit of a swirl around there. Get it put back. And leave that for another half an hour. And then yeah. Then you'll be ready to start making the pizza. So join me in part 3 when I start making the pizza. Welcome back to part 3 of this cooking extravaganza. Making a pizza for my son Nico. By me. It's Nichos Dad. Alright. Right. So next steps. We have made our dough. Marvellous. So, just gonna have a look at that. That is lovely. So, yeah, I'm gonna give that a bit of a centre. Right, sorted. Gonna get a little plate out for that. I'm going to start make one for my lovely son Nico. So, yeah, put that on there. Get this. Put that on. Give it a thud. And then get your rolling pin. Like what you want to do. Plough it down, give it a bit from middle up, and then back down, and then give it, pick it, put it back down, do the same again. Done, back over, same again. Time. Not bothered about it being a perfect circle or anything like that. You're making a bloody pizza. So, right, that's perfect. And then what you're wanting to do, the magic part, is chuck it up in air and catch it on your hand. Not in fingers, on your hand. Centrifugal force will cause all the dough in the middle to go to the outside. So again, done. If you can do it 3 times, whoa. Perfect. You basically got your dough and it's all evenly spread. So that is done. So small little pizza for my son this. My cooker's been on full with dish and everything getting red hot, which is what you want to do because you want to put it in there for about well, it says 10 to 12 minutes, but I always say a little bit less. If you're going to put it on, you don't want it in there for too long because it's going to dry it out too much. So what I do is leave it for about 5 to 6 minutes. So right, a small little one for my son, so he likes it with a bit of tomato sauce. I'm going to get it out of the oven now. Right, my dish, get that out. Right. Give it a little bit of a spray because you don't want your dough sticking. Get that ploughed onto there. Like so. Bit of tomato sauce. Plough that in the middle. Oh yeah. My son likes quite a lot of tomato sauce. You can use anything, puree, anything you want, but I tend to like this actually Italian tomato sauce, which is no fancy bits, it's just what it says on tin. But yeah, it's just nice and tomato. Right, so what I tend to do is we want something like we can do with some mushrooms. My son likes mushrooms, so we'll cut some of them up nice and thin. Okay, that's done. So we'll put a few mushrooms on, like so. Right, and then he likes bacon on his. So I've got a bit of bacon already done to get that on, like so. Done. That's quite a lot. And then he likes a bit of sausage. So it's sausage, isn't it, mate? Thanks, Scott. So cut a bit of sausage. Excuse my back at the moment, but just trying to get all this done at the same time. So just a little bit of sausage for my lad. But basically, you evenly spread, put a bit of sausage and bacon and mushrooms. That'll make it taste grand. On mine I put onions and everything. And then yeah, choose your cheeses. My lad doesn't like lots of cheese, which often is quite disappointing, but it's each to their own. He doesn't like a lot of cheese, and I tend to put a bit of mature and a bit of red Leicester as well. Just get that evenly spread. You can do stuff with crust if you want to. When I've got more time I do, but otherwise for this I'm not. So yeah, that is ready. That is my pizza. That's going in. That'll be nice and hot. And bon appetit in cooker. So yeah, that's how you do a pizza. It's easy, isn't it? Oh sorry, I make it look easy. And this is why I'm built like this. So yeah, if you tune in for further more recipes further into year, I'll be doing something similar next time, maybe another type of pizza, but for now I'm going to eat these with my son and I'm going to bid you a good night. So it's good night from me, from Nichos Dad, and I hope you enjoyed it. Cheers.